Welcome in, Pirate fans, to a special podcast of Williamsburg football, speaking with head coach Rob Woodward. Coach, congratulations on your win against West. And we had talked before, it was always kind of you don't know if it's a struggle or not whenever you take on another opponent back-to-back like that, but your kids come out and played very, very well. Talk about a little bit about that game last Saturday.
I'm very pleased with just our preparation leading up to the game and then performance during the game. I thought our guys played fast, aggressive, the kind of football you want to be playing at this time of the year. Moving into the playoffs, we want to make sure that we are being the aggressors. We are being physical in terms of how we attack from all three phases of the game. I thought we did that. We scored early, first play of the game, but then we didn't go to sleep after that. We stayed after it, and we continued to push and pressure, and we tried to work and get better in that first half that our starters were in and working. So we made sure that our guys were continually being aggressive, getting the right conditioning and needed throughout that time, because we needed coming off a week off. We wanted to make sure that we went out and played very well, and very pleased. Offensively, we showed all the things that we felt we needed better in. We saw that as in individual players, in overall schematic situations, how different groups work together, and then defensively, I thought we continued to do. They hit us on a couple plays, and we talked about that and looked at what happened within some of those given plays, and again, hats off to them. Irwin does a nice job of throwing the ball up, and Bishop, ran under a couple there that were nice plays, put them in a good position to score, and they did that. But again, overall, very pleased.
You move on to Bishop Reedy, and Coach, looking back at that game against Portsmouth West, we had talked about your offense, and it kind of goes when your quarterback feels comfortable running the football and getting those needed yards. Do you feel like your quarterback has progressed a little bit better in pulling the ball and taking off?
Yeah, that's a part of a game that we've just him to work on. He's been at our system for just right at a year now, and taking the shotgun snaps. It's something that we've had to work him through. Just kind of seeing the field differently, but he's done a great job of managing and distributing the ball. We've went into some lulls there midway through the season, but we have bounced back and tried to work on exactly how we want to attack and how we want to make sure that we get things out. And as you mentioned, how we can use him. Our scheme has always been one that allows the quarterback to really be that added threat that you have to account for as a defense, and that helps to open everybody else up. And he's working and showing that he can pick up some yards with some of that. We know he can. We just got to get him confident in that, and he's continuing to progress with that. So it's something that we hope to continue to get better and better.
Yeah, he definitely looked like he progressed. And one thing that the Williamsburg Pirates have to do against this Bishop Reedy team is be very sound. They look very good defensively. Talk about what the Pirates might have to do to win Saturday night.
Well, they're as you mentioned, they're sound defensively. They line up. They do their homework. They watch what try to pick tendencies and find things, and you can tell some of their players are coached to perform certain ways versus certain situations. So again, when you see that, they're coached well. They're going to be looking for it to kind of just really bend but don't break, kind of keep everything in front of you, attacking, not overly attacking, but putting the pressure on to just kind of nullify. They utilize size. They utilize some guys they got up front, and they got a couple speed that they bring in. But the same kind of thing is what they utilize on offense, which is a big line, and they're just kind of grind out yards, and then maybe shot here or there. But they're really wanting to kind of methodically work the ball down the field, and they some players that can. Their games haven't been games that have been off charts in terms of scoring, but they've had faced very good opponents, in terms of Liberty Union there in week 1. Lost to them by just 1 point. Lost to Columbus Academy by 3, to Harvest Prep by 3, but then went on and beat Columbus Academy pretty handedly. So they've kind of, that group of have kind of beat up on one another there. And, 4 of those teams, all 4 of the teams in terms of Reedy, Liberty Union, Harvest Prep, and Columbus Academy are all still playing this weekend. So, it shows the strength of their conference and the competition that they've faced. So we got to make sure that we come out and really execute well offensively, defensively.
Well, Coach, you've got a full schedule. You've got a couple more days to prepare. We won't keep you long this week. Any final thoughts before we get off this week?
Part of what helped us last week was just our preparation by even our young guys, our scout team, and we recognized them with a scout team award. One of the we place on the helmet, and just I can't say enough about how our guys are developing. And I was very pleased with our freshman program. They got 5 games in. They were able to contribute on some JV games as well. So there's another 3 games. So 8 games within that. Our 8th grade is finishing up against Northwest. Our 7th grade, again, the player development. But those young guys, freshmen, sophomores, juniors that are pushing and competing our guys every day, that's making us better as you couple days prepare. We got to continue to have that same grit and grind that we've been getting from our guys the rest of this week, and things go the way we want them to, definitely next and hopefully weeks to come. But it's just really been fun. The weather's benefiting us right now in terms of not being cold yet. Guys are getting out there and loving getting out and practice, which I love to coach.
Coach, just one more question here. Is there any change as far as the seating or the attendance allowance moving forward? I know there's been speculation that maybe we may get some more attendance. Is that true, or we're still at the same capacity?
No, we actually, the state is holding very true to the number of tickets they allow out, which is 15% capacity of your whatever you've submitted, and housed. Socially distanced effectively. So we actually are limited right with that. They had early on talked about maybe opening it up, but they're not going to do that this round of the playoffs, next round of the playoffs. It's just dependent on the venue. So whatever the venue's capacity is, that's where it's at, and then that predicates what a visiting opponent's ticket sales or this and that. They came out and said, regional finals will be played at the home field of the higher seed, but they didn't say anything about any increase in capacity in that regard. I do know that state semifinals will be at neutral site, so my speculation is those are going to be big venues that can house as many people need, just about obviously socially. So we're still limited to just that number of tickets that we had last week. Again, this week, but I do know this. I talked with our technology coordinator. There was a issue with putting the game up on YouTube, and it was on Facebook. That issue has been resolved. Fans that want to get on and log on, or have got on logged on in the past, they'll be able to this week, and I know they're excited about that, to be able to see the game.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you, and we'll be tuning in. Hopefully look at that stream on bergfootball.com or through the Facebook or bergfan.com. Many outlets to see the game and hear the game, but we do wish you guys the best of luck, and that kickoff will be 7 o'clock, 6:45. Tune in bergfan.com. This podcast is brought to you by Making Me a Pizza. Coach, we appreciate your time, and good luck this week.
Thank you. Go Berg.